In this video, I just want to briefly touch on breath-initiated movement, what that is and why we do it. So, breath-initiated movement is breathing and then moving. So the breathing technique is, of course, ocean breathing. But in the breathing sequence that's 12, 13, 14 minutes long, you are breathing and then moving. For beginners, it's a lot easier to breathe and move together, so you sync them both. You're more on autopilot, and really the focus of breath-initiated movement is this. The calm will always come from the ocean breathing, the deep in-breath, the slow exhales, triggering our rest and digest response, getting us into the parasympathetic nervous system, triggering our relaxation responses, okay? Excuse me. So breath-initiated movement, the calm comes from the ocean breathing, but it also comes from the anchoring the mind. You're focusing, and it takes work to be able to always be breathing, then moving. So the mind becomes concentrated, becomes focused, and they're ultimately two qualities. That whether you're a professional footballer, you're in goal and you need to focus for an hour and a half and sometimes without doing much, or whether you're coming from a place that the mind is just totally distracted, you're in fear-based thinking, you're suffering anxiety, and you need to be able to focus to get on something else, to get away from where you're at. So that's where breath-initiated movement is coming from. The purpose of it, the reason why we're doing it, is to create calm and the focus. But another technique is to actually breathe and move in sync. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because they cultivate different outcomes. In yoga, particularly vinyasa yoga, we flow. And that's something known as Samavriti Pranayama, which is even or equal movement of breath. So the in-breath and the out-breath are actually the same. And you're timing your movement in sync. So every movement is the same length because the breath is the same. So that, again, that can take extraordinary focus to keep going at that pace. It also relies on the teacher, if you're in a class, to be able to keep the pace the same. So it's just a different technique. And for some people, they get into the same place with the same outcome. Some people not so. In terms of a vinyasa class, it can be a lot more physical. The physicality is taken away from this. We're very much more focusing on our nervous system. We're focusing more on pace, quality of breath, without the physicality. This is why it is for anybody. I've come up with 2 other short videos. They're short breathing sequences that anybody can do. You could even do them sat down and adapt. Because I recognize not all the time, every day, you have between 10 and 20 minutes to do these exercises. Sometimes you've only got a few minutes. And for people that respond better for moving and breathing together, this will be something that you can get involved in. It's basic stuff, all right? But it really works. The first video is the same sequence, but breath-initiated movement. So breathe, then move, okay? That for me will create more focus and concentration, as well as the calm. But really the second video is actually syncing the breath and the movement. And that's a kind of different meditative outcome. And you will feel a little bit different on both, all right? So try them both. And they're really there as a substitute for when you haven't got time to do the other stuff. Not as a complete alternative, because that really is the gold. But sometimes we just need a little bit of a bite-sized something to just to kind of have that quick return and keep us on course where we need to be in that moment. All right, enjoy, good luck.